Okay, this is going to mark the third and final education session on the VAAES skin inspection and assessment template. The couple items that we're going to go over today is how to place an inpatient wound care team consult and also how to initiate the PIPP order set. So first of all, I want to show you within the template where the link is to start the initiation of the wound care team consult. So let's pull up our template right quick. Okay, so under the comprehensive skin inspection, I'm not going to fill out the entire template for time. So let's come down here. Remember I said before that this is a national template, so there's lots of things that we cannot change. This area right here is one of them. Used to, in our previous templates, we would have specifically when you needed to consult the wound care team. This just gives recommendations. Okay, so still for us, for Overton Brooks, consult the inpatient wound care team for patients that are scoring 12 or below on their Braden, or if they have any kind of wound. Okay. And to start that process, you're going to click this box right here, and the templates for the consult, they're not going to come up right now. It's not going to come up until you finish filling out the complete template. So you can select to do the wound care consult within the standalone skin inspection template, or it's also embedded within the nursing screen. So either of those two places. But say you go through your entire template and you're like, oh gosh, that patient scored a 10. I really needed to consult the inpatient wound care team. You can still do that with through a different process. And I'm going to show you that way today so that I don't have to fill out the whole template to get through to that area. So I'm going to cancel out of the template, and we're going to go over to the orders tab. All of the consults that we use, physicians use, dietary, every discipline you can think of, they are all placed on the orders tab, and it's going to be through consults and procedures. Okay, so once this box comes up, you're going to click on all consults. And then type in wound, and type in actually WOU, and that consult comes up. Okay, so for the inpatient wound care team. All right, so that is highlighted. So go ahead and hit select accept order. I'm not really sure where this little blurb comes up right here, but go ahead and continue. Okay. Skip the consult urgency decision. Skip, this is a stat consult. There is no wound care consult that is stat. So come on down here to no, this is not a stat consult. When you see any areas that are highlighted in yellow, you have to complete those. It's the same thing as it being starred. You have to complete it to move on. And what it's asking you for right here is whatever note that you used that's connected to this consult. So it could be the skin inspection template. So we'll just put that in here. And if you want to put the date, that's fine. I just made up a date. I know, y'all, it's not March 20th, 2020. Okay, skip this next box down here. This does not apply either. All right, so we come down to the box right above the eligibility. Go ahead and on both of these, select no. All right, and now you have the reason for request. If this patient's at high risk for skin breakdown and their skin's intact, that's fine, then you would select that one. Or if this patient actually has a pressure injury or a wound, select that box. You can free text in here. And anytime that your patient is admitted to the hospital, or if they develop a wound while they're in the hospital, you want to be sure and not only notify us, but also notify the physician, notify the team, either verbally or with the notify physician note. I'm just making up something here. Okay. When you select the physician will be notified, unfortunately, this does not take you to another note, a notify physician note. This is just including that you're going to do that, kind of like that's your plan to do that, but it really doesn't go anywhere besides this template here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click OK. All right, so now this screen comes up. And you have to put in a diagnosis before you can get out of this template. So it really doesn't matter what you put in here. You can choose a diagnosis that is off the patient's problem list. You can choose the patient's admitting diagnosis, or you can put in wound. But when you put in wound, let me see. Oh, sorry, you can't type here either. You got to hit lexicon, and it'll take you to a box where you can actually type in a word. So when you type in wound, I mean, a million different things are going to come up, but there's always within this box, you can type in an unspecified wound, or you can find one that's going to kind of match what is going on with that patient. So I'm going to click open wound, laceration, open bite, puncture, and down here it gets to where you can pick unspecified wound. And then when you open this up, there's even more information. So like I said, really just pick a diagnosis that's going to get you out of this template. So we're going to just pick that first diagnosis, unspecified open wound of the left ankle, and then click OK. All right, so there's nothing else highlighted. We have filled in all of the check boxes that we are required. So now we're going to accept that order. Except, I thought that's where it was. I tried to do it in the very first step and it just took me into the template. So the clinically indicated date right here, just go ahead and select today. It's fine. All right, now we'll be able to accept the order. Okay, so before you close out of any of this stuff, if you look over here, you can see that is your wound care team consult in blue over here. So you know that it's in place. So you can go ahead and hit quit here and go ahead and get out of this box. So my menu for action is a little bit different than what you have. So highlight this order. You can go up to action, and one of your actions is actually going to be release without MD signature. And so you would select on that choice, and then I think it gives you a couple other options, and it's per policy, because this is in our policy for nurses to initiate a consult for patients scoring 12 or below, or if they have a wound. So then again, just click on your consult that is in blue right here, your unsigned, go to action, and you're going to release without MD signature, and it's per policy, okay? And that will release that consult to our service so that we will see that. If at any time you're going through the consult process and you hit cancel, it's going to show that in your plan you consulted with the wound care team. It's going to be actually printed within your note, but we'll never get that consult. All right, so let me go ahead and sign this and get this out of the way. Okay, so that is the gist of putting in a wound care consult for the inpatient side. Okay, the next thing that I want to talk to y'all about is the PIPP order set. I have asked CPRS to also put in a link to initiate this order set once that template is finished, but right now to get to it. So if your patient is at risk, okay, and this is for patients scoring 18 or below, this order set. It's a way to communicate between all disciplines and nurses that this patient is at risk. These are things that we are implementing to prevent this patient from getting skin breakdown. Okay, so this is also nurse-driven. You can do this without having to have a physician's order. So to get to this, we are going to go to inpatient orders. And then you have this menu right here that populates. So we're going to go to nurse menu. And in your next window is the PIPP order set. Okay. And then it just has all of your basic interventions listed here. Going to accept order. Done. And like I said before, I don't have the same actions that you have on your menu. So same thing, you would go up to the action tab, hit release without MD signature, and the reason is it's per policy. Okay, and this will get that PIPP order in for everyone that goes into the chart to see that this patient is actually at risk, and these are the things that are to be implemented for this patient. So I'm going to go ahead and sign. Okay, that covers the last two items that I wanted to show you that's available through the template. And any questions, y'all please just get in touch with us. Thank you.
So